Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joe, and I'm the best man. I could not believe it when Simon had exhausted all other options to ask me to be the best man. It's a great honour, a sign of our friendship, and it means a great deal to be asked. Firstly, on behalf of everybody, I'd like to congratulate Vicky and Simon on their marriage. I'm sure you'll all agree that Vicky's looking absolutely stunning today. It's just a shame that Simon can make it.
Best I could do.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Vicky on behalf of the bridesmaid Stella, giving her the honour of bridesmaid, and to Simon for his kind words. So preparing for this speech was quite a challenge for me. I've known Simon for more than 20 years. Since way back at school, and one would think I'd have a wealth of stories and anecdotes to embarrass him with. But one must also bear in mind the range of the audience that are here today, and I must try to keep it clean. A challenge indeed. So 20 years ago, I first met Simon at school at the age of 12 years, and my first impression of him was a bit of a pansy. Didn't take things too seriously. So it's good for a laugh. I wouldn't class him as on being the geeky side of the year, but I wouldn't class him as the cool kid either. Okay, I lied. He was actually a proper nerd. Computer games, Dungeons and Dragons, and Space Raider Onion Rings were three of his favourites. But I soon discovered that we had much in common, apart from the geek bit, of course. And it wasn't until I'd given him a bloody nose on the playing field that I think we realised we were the best of mates. Sorry about that. From that point onwards, we spent a lot of time getting through our teenage years together, and the drama of growing up, all at the seaside was awful. It was cool. Over the years, the schoolboy spirit and pranks haven't died. I always teased Simon for his dog hair burgers, at least I think they were from his dog, and for his involvement with smaller Mexican children. But one memory that sticks out was a mixture at school. Simon used to keep a scrapbook of pictures in a folder based on a particular subject normally reserved for the top shelf. All I can say is that and one day he must have mixed up with an identical homework folder because he brought it into school. And all I can say is that the class soon discovered the subject of that scrapbook and got quite a bit of roast. But thankfully no teachers were involved. There was one night we spent camping in a tent somewhere. In the dark I remember thinking, why is Simon resting his head on a leather jacket? He didn't have a leather jacket. In the morning I discovered it was just his pillow. It was so caked in hair grease or something. It had this leathery texture to it. It grossed me out so much. I mentioned it. Another camping trip was arranged on the spur of the moment with some of the lads. We bought the tent, the beer and the burgers, and but we've got any form of a bed, so all we had was a blanket. And under the tent were sticks and stones, and it made for a really uncomfortable sleep. In the morning we couldn't find Simon, and he sneaked out in the night and we spotted him in the car. And in the morning sun, he was just sprawled out with nothing on. This was indeed a shocking sight. But unfortunately, I think Simon with no clothes on was a bit of a regular occurrence. I suppose you've heard of the naked chef, but have you heard of the naked console game? There's been numerous sightings of Simon on his Xbox in the nude, usually with sandwich or a bag of Doritos next to him. I cannot confirm if he was playing Dead or Alive at some time, figuring out the hot coffee mod on Grand Theft Auto, but perhaps I just need that extra freedom to improve his game. This occurrence may have happened when he was living in Leeds with his housemate, but there have been other rumours about Simon in his house. Well, actually, I'm not going to go there. I did actually invite Simon to my stag night 9 years ago, but unfortunately didn't stick around too long. The night started young at a Mexican restaurant, but thanks to an overly spicy fajita, The fall in nature happened a bit too soon, leaving Simon burning at both ends. I suppose when you got to go, you should go. I'm not sure if I embarrassed Simon enough or let him off too lightly, but fortunately for him, I shall move on. So you've just heard how Vicky and Simon have met. Somehow they got to know each other over the phone. But he claims to have charmed her, but I would have thought he was more of a heavy drinker. It must have taken a lot of faith and courage to leave everything in Leeds behind and move to rugby. It was obviously something that clicked between Simon and Vicky. And if you've been lucky enough to spend time in their company, it's so easy to see how well they get on and complement each other. They really do seem like genuine soulmates. I must say, it makes me so very proud and so very pleased to see Simon has finally met the girl of his dreams, and both have agreed to spend the rest of their lives together in sickness and in health. I'm just glad I don't have to know Simon after a spicy courage. Having been married myself for 9 years, I can honestly say it's been one of the best decisions of my life, and I sincerely wish the very best for both of you. And a little advice to you, Simon. It's so true what they say. If you want a happy marriage, just accept that the wife is always right. And all that is left for me to do now is to ask you all to stand. You all stand. Raise your glasses.